Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm focusing on larger items that a lot of resellers overlook or just don't pay much attention to because they think it's a big hassle to ship or whatever reason. And I'm here to tell you that you can make some serious money, and I'm going to be showing you bolos on these items, so don't overlook them. Here we go. I don't know about y'all, but when you're driving and you see a homemade sign like that, you just kind of have to pull over and see what it's all about. Let me see if I see anything here. Well, I think it's safe to assume I found it. Look at all the cars, guys. It's Monday, Labor Day, but they're having an estate sale. So let's see what I can find. It looks like an older house. I'm going straight for the t-shirts, vintage vinyl, vintage electronics. Here we go. Y'all know me, I'm always looking at art. Antoine Blanchard. It's an original painting. I don't know nothing about it, but look at the comps. Looks alright.
I really like the movie. I know people were like...
Dictionary set. 1976. World Book. $20 for the set. Wow, guys, talk about excited. That is why we do what we do. I just scored all this ephemera, and then that painting y'all saw, I already showed you the comps. I ended up getting that for $30, plus today on a Monday, it's Labor Day, I know I'm working technically, but $30 with 70% off. So, gosh, $9 on a painting that y'all already saw the comps. There's the set back there of the encyclopedias. So those encyclopedias, they'll ship media mail and I'll get at least $100. I'll show the comps on them. But yeah, for some reason, those are filling up bookshelves and people are buying up old sets, and the shipping isn't too bad, even though it was heavy. I'll tell you what, I made 2 trips out of that house on those books, and something about older encyclopedias and dictionaries, they must use different paper than today because those things were freaking heavy, man. And what else did I get? I got an old doll. It wasn't a porcelain doll, but it was a composite doll. And apparently it belonged to the gentleman that passed, mother, she said. And so it's really old, and she ended up letting me have it for like $20. And she said, I guarantee you're gonna make bank on the doll. So that's all I had to hear. So I took a plunge on selling a doll. I'll probably put it up for auction like I did on my others. I sold a couple Madame Alexander dolls that were pretty old, that were pretty large, and they sold for like $300. So I'm like, for $20, I can't go wrong, especially when this lady's basically telling me that I'm a fool if I don't buy it. So I'm off to my storage. I got to pick up something I sold on eBay, and then I'm going to show y'all from the beginning of the video. I told you there's some big items that are large in size, but y'all cannot overlook them. At least run the comps on them, because you will be pleasantly surprised when they sell and the shipping is not that bad. So let's keep going. Older viewers will know what this is. Younger viewers have no clue. But this is called a mineral oil lamp, and they come either hanging, you can hang them from the ceiling through like eye hooks or whatever that they give you. Usually they're like fancy, like ornate brass hooks that people screwed into the ceiling, or this one's like a tabletop. Plug it in, and it's got like a almost like fishing line, and the mineral oil drips down that. And then this one happens to have a little feature in there with like a fountain. It's called a gristle mill. I don't know, but it's big, but it works, and it will sell for a few $100s. You can find those at sales, usually for like $20 or less. Unless they know what they have, then you'll pay up and maybe pay $50 to sell it for $200. Still worth it, right? Also wanted to show y'all out in here in the garage, I recently picked up at a estates, no, it was a garage sale. Tested it, it works. It's a Yamaha keyboard, And this specific model, I'll show you the comps on the screen. I paid $20 for this thing, and it came with the stand, the plugins, the little thing to hold the music, and everything else. So it's awkward. You have to do either a Frankenbox or find a box that's that long and skinny to put it in. But if they're paying for the shipping, it is worth your time. Big items. There's a old cowbell. Be surprised what cowbells go for. I know it sounds weird. Same as sleigh bells. Christmas time, like those big leather straps with sleigh bells. Do not ignore those. All right, so here's some golf clubs that I was referring to, like this right here, Razor. It's a lob wedge, pardon my French. And then here is a set of irons, Ping Rapture. And keep in mind, all these items are easy to look up at the sale. So I try to stick to Ping, Callaway, or TaylorMade as the top three that I know are pretty good sales. Nike used to be good, but they stopped making Nike clubs. TaylorMade Burner, it's like a 3 set of these. And I can show you what the set goes for on that. There's just the bag alone, Sun Mountain, and you go by compartments. So that one had 14 compartments. And just the bags. Don't ignore bags, guys. Golf bags, even though they look big, they're not that hard to ship. You can find boxes, not a problem. And those will get you sometimes a few $100s. I'll share some comps on that. Putters, obviously you know about Scotty Cameron putters. But sometimes other ones. This one's an Odyssey putter. Odyssey White something, I forget what it's called. White Hot. That was part. All these golf head covers I'll sell as a set. I mean, it's used, but there's somebody out there that's an LSU fan. And then here we got a driver, another TaylorMade driver, Arrow Burner. All these extras. Y'all know me with my Irish green. I'm gonna keep these for my own personal use. I think those are fun. But these Mojo, Nike, whatever balls, I'll sell all those as a lot. And I think I'll get about 40 to 50 bucks for all those. Anytime you see Masters type things, keep an eye on that. Hats, shirts, whatever. What else did I want to show you? Oh, big awkward items. Like most people, like if you're elderly or you can't really lift up things, if you're not that strong. But you know what? People will sell things. All you gotta do is say, hey, I'll buy it if someone will help me carry it to my car. And usually it'll happen. And they were asking 50, but obviously I made them an offer of 20 and they wanted it gone. So don't ignore like big tools. It only took me like 20 seconds to look up Milwaukee 3-ton, whatever, hoist or whatever it's called. And pretty good freaking comps. On these boxes, they're free from the USPS, and this is what you ship like golf clubs in. They're a triangle shape, and then you just like basically Tetris the golf clubs in there, put some bubble wrap or whatever, and then put some craft paper on the top and the bottom so they don't wiggle around too much. And it's not that hard to ship them, seriously. If it's a longer club, such as like a driver or something, then you just have to push two together and then tape it, Frankenbox situation. And then these you also use for like bats. Do not ignore softball bats, baseball bats. They are something that I like to tell everybody to keep an eye out for, because people pay a lot of money, just like golf, for having an edge in their sports. And if that means spending up for a baseball or softball bat that they think will help them hit a home run versus someone else, then they spend up for those bats. You'd be surprised. So this bag, with all these clubs that I just showed y'all, I spent $100 on that bag, and came with all the clubs and everything else. That bag alone, just empty, I think I'll sell that about $150 to $200, something like that. No, I'm sorry. I think it was between 100 and 150. But the clubs parted out, just like what Kevin over at Commonwealth says, when in doubt, part it out, right? Well, I'll sell that iron set, and I'll show you all the comps as I go through this. That lob wedge from Callaway, that set of 3 drivers from TaylorMade, that arrow driver, that putter. That putter was a good one. I didn't know about that Odyssey one until I actually ran the comps when I got here. That set I'll sell for like 20 bucks. That right there is gonna be a freaking heavy hitter. And I already talked to y'all about the signs. I'll show you the comps on those encyclopedias. I mean, I know it's a lot of weight, but Jesus, y'all look at the comps and y'all tell me if it's not worth your time and energy. I beg to differ. I will argue anybody all day long if they don't think that buying something for $100 on a golf bag, I mean, some people think that that's paying up. No, not after I show you these comps. I'm turning $100 into about $1,200. I'll say safely, plus they're paying for shipping, not me. All right, so I'm back at the house and I am packing up some not only solds, but I'm also gonna do some listing of some larger items. Here's one of the first items that y'all should look for is large old vintage signs. This was in a previous video. If you wanna go back a few where it says tips and tricks of the trade. I got this for 50 bucks from my local like tire store, tire repair guy, and it already sold and I made a few $100s. I'll show you the comps. You can always find these in a person's garage or stuck in a closet somewhere. Usually pick them up for 5 or 10 bucks. Sony, obviously a good brand, but don't ignore the others as well. This one has a CD, tape player, radio, etc. And I tested it to make sure it works. Comps are probably around 90, I think. I'll show it to you on the screen.